All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode to Zmoovy Lyfe podcast, a podcast where we talk about people's experiences and where they're currently at and where they're currently trying to head to. Man, it is June 19th. So you know what that means. It's a special, very special episode. And look, he already got it behind us. Show it again. Let me see it again. Let me see the shirt. I am Black History.
I am Black History.
Yes. So, man, how I'm gonna introduce this man right here? I'm gonna keep it authentic and just tell you like this. We work together at Bluebird's Kitchen. You know how that is and all. But yeah, we work together, man. This man got a story for days. He keep you laughing. I'm talking about every story that he tell me. I'm like, wow, I'd be so amazed about it.
Sometimes it amazes me that I could. Sometimes it amazes me that I can still remember those stories.
Man, I'm talking about this man. He's seen both sides of the road. You know what I'm saying? He been back at the time where the Black Panther Party and what else it was a whole. I know it was a whole lot, but this
catch up. When I was 12 years old, Malcolm X came to Los Angeles, and my dad was Muslim, and he took me to see Malcolm X speak. And my dad bought this ring here for me, this ring right here, and he said, when you get your driver's license, you can get it. So I'd had this ring here since I was 16 years old.
That's crazy. Well, everybody, give it up for my friend, my pal, Mr.Overton. Yeah.
Peace. With a little on the side.
So, Mr. Overton, like I said, this podcast, we talk about people's experiences, where they're currently at, where they're currently trying to head to. So, very first question, I'm going to just ask you, just talk about your childhood and, where it all started and
It started on the east side of Los Angeles. I was born in the barrio, East LA, General Hospital, believe it or not, just like the TV show. Mm-hmm. And I was born in the 50s. And where I lived at, it was like Italians and people from Spain in that neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And then from there, as got close to the 60s, a lot of those people moved out because they built an elementary school where there was a lot of homes, and they got moved out. The neighborhood changed, and it became a lot of blacks. But when I was growing up, it was the closest black family to us was maybe about 4 or 5 miles from us. Mm-hmm. In that area where I grew up, it was maybe 5 black families. And then the rest were people from Italy and people from Spain. Mm-hmm. And so it was a diverse neighborhood, and I had a chance to smell the different aromas. Mm-hmm. in the day. By 4 o'clock, everybody's cooking, so the different smells would come. And then my mother could throw down; she could cook. They still talking about my mother's sweet potato pie that she used to make. And then she used to make her lemon pie and lemon cakes. And it was what else did she do? Chocolate cakes. Mm-hmm. But she got fixated on lemon cake. She would make a pound cake, and then she would take a vanilla extract. And we had lemon trees in the backyard. She would have me grade the lemons. We had a little lemon thing where you put the lemon on, cut it in half, put it on there, and you do like that. And it's supposed to take out all the pulp and the seeds, and you pour the juice in there. So then from there, she would use that, and that's how she made her lemon icing. because of the vanilla extract. And she put it
Mm-hmm.
on there. Oh, and egg whites too. She would crack an egg, no yolk, the egg whites. She would do it like that to the whites, and then just spread it on there after she punches holes in there with a toothpick. Then spread it
Mm-hmm.
over the top, and then put it in the refrigerator so it'll kind of harden a little bit. And when she learned how to do that, and she started doing that, I tell you, for 6 months, we were eating lemon cake all the time. We said, "Mom, come on! I mean, it's time to do something else." And we burned out
Right.
on lemon.
Right.
So in my backyard, we had a fig tree, we had an apricot tree, we
Mm-hmm.
had a peach tree, we had a lemon tree, we had a cherry tree,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad would love the peaches because he would make peach brandy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and we had a grape tree also, and he would take the grapes and make wine.
Right.
So yeah, so those were fun times, growing up in the neighborhood and and everybody was like real close. It was just a family atmosphere
Right.
because my dad threw out that vibe, and I think that's where I learned it from. From my mom and dad. Everybody say I never met a stranger before because everybody seemed like I know you from somewhere. Who knows? But
Right.
I never met a stranger. And so from there, as my dad started doing that, I remember one Christmas, my dad made eggnog,
Mm-hmm.
and the eggnog for the kids was just straight eggnog, but for the adults, he had made peach brandy and put it in the eggnog. And I was wondering, because I'm like 11, 12, 10, around in that age. And I'm wondering, the neighbors come over there on Christmas Eve and they all happy. Christmas morning, they're happy. And then when they leave out, they like, yeah, yeah, they can't hardly walk. And I
Right.
didn't know until I got about 16 years old that my dad made eggnog with bourbon in it. I mean, peach brandy. So he
Mm-hmm.
loved it. And when I got old enough, he had me to tried the peach brandy, my cousins and us, and we tried it out, and it was pretty good. And it had a little kick to it. I tell you that. It had a kick to it.
Right.
So and so different things, and I remember going to the Dodgers were at the Coliseum when they left New York,
Mm-hmm.
and when they first came to LA, they came to the Coliseum. So my brother-in-law would take me to see the games. But they at the same time they were building Dodger Stadium.
Right.
So group of us would ride our bikes up there to watch them build Dodger Stadium, trying to figure out where home plate's going to be at. We were all taking a little guess. Home plate's going to be there that way. We had no idea. We were about 12 years old then, 12 or 11 years old, and I had a chance in 1968 to be a ball boy for the Dodgers, which was fun because a friend of mine named Orman Juarez. Because I was playing ball in East LA, and he said he had got chosen, and he said, "How about my friend?" And so I was allowed to be a ball boy. So I was there for a couple of months as a ball boy for the Dodgers. And at that time, you had, in fact, Willie Crawford was there because he had graduated 2 years before I did.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the $100,000 bonus boy, Willie Crawford. But you had Willie Davis, Big Frank Howard. You had Maury Wills was there, and Sandy Koufax had just retired, but he still was around the Dodger thing. So I had a chance to meet those guys and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
which was pretty cool.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
At TFL, we're not just delivering packages, we're delivering hope, health, and peace of mind.
Thanks to TFL, we can continue providing the best care for our patients.
In the world of healthcare, time is of the essence. That's why at TFL, we understand the urgency behind every medical delivery. From life-saving medications to sensitive lab samples, our team is trained to handle every shipment with the utmost precision and confidentiality. When it comes to medical deliveries, trust the experts at TFL. We also transport anything else that can fit into a cargo van besides dead bodies.
Thank you, TFL. You guys are lifesavers.
TFL, we understand the importance of reliable and efficient deliveries. That's why we're committed to providing top-notch service every step of the way. Trust TFL to be your go-to courier for professional, safe, and on-time deliveries.
Tell me,
Yeah.
I had a specific question. Like, whenever you was living in that time in that area where the Black Panther and all, did your perspective of your world like change?
Yeah, it did because my cousin Michael Lynn Owens, we were
Mm-hmm.
we were we were close like back pockets, and and we he was a year older than me, and I have to say he was a wee bit smarter than me,
uh,
but he said, "Come on, man, we're gonna go down on Central Avenue down to the Black Panther meet."
right.
And this was like 1967. And we would
Mm-hmm.
start going down there to the Black Panther meetings, and I had a chance to sit up there and listen to Huey P. Newton and Angela Davis, especially Angela Davis and Stokely Carmichael and
Mm-hmm.
everything like that. And at that time too, Donald Sincure was there, who started the SLA, Seminolese Liberation Army. He started that. That he was the one that kidnapped Patty Hearst and them back in
Mm-hmm.
that day. But from there, and then 1968, I'm in my junior year in high school. Yeah, my junior year in high school, and our history books were outdated. They were old. I mean, they dated all the way back to the 30s, the 20s and the 30s, and
Golly.
pages were missing out of it and stuff. And I said, I always been a outspoken, and I was
Right.
saying, hey, this is not going to work. We're not learning anything, and the only thing they would teach us was about Booker T. Washington and George Washington Carver. But
Mm-hmm.
it was other black inventors that we didn't know anything about as we were growing up, you know. And so from there, uh, I said, okay, I had a chance to talk to everyone because I was playing sports at the time. So I had a chance to talk to everyone that was in the gym. And I said, hey, man, we have to do something about this. This on Fridays, everybody wear black. We all wear black on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So it picked up. We started wearing black on Friday. Then other students started asking questions. Why are you guys wearing black? And we said Black Student Union. We had started the Black Student Union, BSU. And then from there, from the BSU, I went back to the principal and I said, are you going to give us new books? And he's, it's the same excuse, you know, we working on it, we trying. Well, it seemed like it wasn't happening. So I staged a boycott. I staged it where we would stay out of class for one day. But the thing about it now, we stayed out of class, but we did not go off campus. We stayed in the
Mm-hmm.
little quad area. And
Right.
at that time at Fremont High, when I was going to school, it was about 5,000 kids going to that school at that time. So, because even in my graduating class was 400 kids in my graduating class. So from there, we was like, okay, it's still not taking effect. So we went a second day. But now the word got out that the students were boycotting over their history books. And then you had your outside entities at the time because the Vietnam War was going on, and people would draft dodgers,
Yeah.
didn't want to go into the service. And then you had people just burning the flag. So it was a radio station, KGFJ. It was a black radio station, and we invited them to come to our school. And me and another guy, we sit down and talk to them and told them that we are not the ones that's outside the school burning flags. That's somebody else different. That's a different cause right there. We just
Mm-hmm.
want our history books to be updated. And we had our history books and we showed them how pages were missing out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, we still didn't get no satisfaction. And
Mm-hmm.
when I graduated from high school, it was still the same thing, but still they were lagging behind. And I imagine eventually they finally caught up. Of course, I was gone then. I left high school, but I set an impact when, put something on their mind.
That's good. That's good. I like that. So, what would you say now, like this time and this era? What would you say? What would be your purpose now? Even the start of it was the BSU. I said that right? I know before when we
Yeah,
got on, I said it wrong.
BSU, Black Student Union.
So, what would you say? What was your purpose now, like of this time and this era for the BSU?
Well, on June 19, 2024, on Juneteenth,
Hold on. We gotta clap it up for that. Juneteenth.
yeah, Juneteenth,
Juneteenth.
national holiday, national
Yeah,
holiday.
yeah,
I got my flag up there too,
yeah.
Juneteenth
Oh, I
flag.
ain't see the flag. I ain't see the
Yeah,
flag.
see the flag up there?
Yeah, I see the flag. I see the flag.
Yeah. So right above, I am black. That. So yeah, but right now, see today, see when all this was happening in high school, gas was only 35 cents. Candy was only 5 to 10 cents.
I
You
wish I
know,
was like that now.
your clothes were you had five and dime stores. So just
Mm-hmm.
like the thrift stores now, they were five and dime stores, and you can get your clothes. You had Thrifties, which is now turned into Rite Aids or CVS. But today, you have social media. Everything
Yeah.
gets out lightning fast now,
Mm-hmm.
and you see what's happening right now. Once something happens, boom, everybody knows about it, and it goes worldwide now. And I wish we would have had that then, but it took steps as for it to take effect. And I
Right.
talked to when I was working for Lou Gossett Jr. Well, I met this professor. He was from Villanova College. And he was a black student union professor, and we had a great conversation. And when I told him that I was the founder of it, that really was me and him really got to chopping it up. That's a
Mm-hmm.
southern word I learned out here, chopping it up.
Mm-hmm.
Where I come from, we say we were talking. But we got to talking and how and he was letting me know how far advanced everything is now. Because we have Black History Month. I'm still trying to figure out though why they give us Black History Month on the,
Man.
the shortest month of the year.
Man.
But then I
That
thought
is
about
wild.
it. I thought about it. You had a lot of black inventors who were born in February.
For
So
real?
yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to think. Uh, I'm trying to think who was at that time. I can't think offhand who it was, but I might be wrong with this. I might be wrong, so I don't want to overstep. But that was
Mm.
kind of the basic reason why you know we have Black History Month in February.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
wild.
get back to you. on the next one.
I got you. I got you. What would you say, like, from the time growing up in it's Los Angeles, right?
Los Angeles, the
Los
city of
Angeles.
angels.
What would you say at the
You have to
time in the
say
area?
Los.
Lost.
You have to say Los Angeles.
You know I'm country, so I'm from the
Yeah,
south.
see, it's LOS, Los Angeles,
I'm country.
not
I'm from the
Los Angeles.
south.
But
But what
that's
was
why a lot of people call it City of Angels.
right? But what would you say now, like from the time when you was growing up, from that era and this era, like what has changed in your way? That makes sense. What I'm saying.
Well, someone said to me once, uh, I was driving some people around in LA because I was working for Robin Pettigrave at Compton Airport,
Uh huh.
and I would pick up tourists so they can go on helicopter rides. And they asked me that same question. They said, "What have changed in LA?" And I told them the "Don't Walk" sign. If you
Don't
understand what I'm saying, don't walk, because it used to be don't walk or walk. But then you had a lot of people coming into the United States couldn't read English, so they put a man in red or either a green hand, like that, the red hand, or a man in green walking, doing it like that. So
right.
that changed. But then the culture changed in LA, and besides that, everything started going up even higher and higher. I picked up a guy one day when I had a call when I was doing some Uber, and I
Right.
picked up a guy in the old neighborhood where I used to live at in the 70s, and my rent for a two-bedroom at that time off of Ridgely Drive between Washington and Apple
Right.
in Los Angeles was $125 for a two-bedroom.
Uh huh.
125.
Right.
And I had an Uber call, and I picked the guy up. And when he got in the car, he came out of the same apartment building where I used to live. And I said, "How much is your rent there, if I may ask?" Because when I was living here, it was 125.
Wait. Hold on. 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 You said rent was 125 at the time.
$125 on the west side of Los Angeles in 1974 through 1982, 83 for a two-bedroom. $125. Mind you, a two-bedroom, a hallway, a bathroom, a front room, a dining room, and a kitchen for $125.
Man, I wish that was
I'm telling you. But of
times have
course, the
changed.
cost of living, remember now, the cost of living wasn't as high then.
Yeah.
A pack
Right.
of cigarettes was like 50 cents, gas was 35 cents, and then it
Mm-hmm.
went up to 76 cents. Can
Mm-hmm.
you believe filling your car up, for $5?
That's
Five
crazy. You
dollars
save a
won't
whole
even
lot
put a
of
dent
money.
in
You would
it
save a
now.
whole lot of money. I tell you that.
Yeah. And he told me him and another person lived there, and it's two-bedroom, and his
Right.
rent was $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
And it cost to move in was $5,000. Because they make
Mm-hmm.
you in California, they make you pay the first, last, and security deposit.
Mm-hmm.
So that was $1,500 just to move in. I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
$5,000 just to move in, and $1,500 was his rent a month.
Mm-hmm.
So you can imagine he doesn't spend much time at home because I mean,
Right.
because you got to keep working, so you can keep going, so you can survive out there. So and the difference now too is the young people, they are aware of a lot of things, but they are
Right.
not aware of a lot of things. It's a lot of things that happen that I have seen and I have been around. I've been blessed to be around to see the different things have changed, you know.
Right.
So that's another reason there too, seeing things change. And you know, because when I was growing up in LA, we had streetcars that ran
Mm-hmm.
down the street, you know, and it was 10 cents to ride the streetcar.
10 cents.
Now they have a rail system. What is what about? I forget. When I left, it was like you get an all day pass for like $5 or something like that. You know, I
Right.
imagine it's higher now because I've been away from LA for about 6 or 7 years now.
Right.
But but you know, I never rode the rail system anyplace else but in Los Angeles. I
Uh-huh.
always wanted to ride the train in Texas when I was in Texas, living in Texas, and never got a chance. I don't even think they had a rail system in Georgia though, and I know they don't have one out here in South Carolina.
Right. Right.
But someone asked me, what do I like about South Carolina? No traffic.
You ain't lying about that. Well, no,
It's,
no, no. When it hit 5 o'clock, I say that.
you call that
When it hit 5
traffic?
o'clock.
Come on, I call that a hiccup. That's not traffic.
It's somewhat
Tra-
traffic. It's somewhat
traffic in LA or big cities, traffic, because you know where we stay at and where Timmonsville is, it's about maybe 5 or 10 minutes for us.
Yeah.
But if we were in LA, if we were in LA and it's 2 lanes or either 3 lanes, it will at least take you maybe 35 to 40 minutes to get there.
So I ain't never been to LA, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, its traffic is bumping. If especially during rush hour, and I don't know why they call it rush hour. Because you're not rushing, because 5 miles an hour, that's the best deal you get. Because traffic's so bad. Now you know Columbia, from where we are to Columbia, South Carolina, it's
Right.
about an hour and 30 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same distance from Columbia to from LA to San Diego.
Right.
And from LA to San Diego, it takes about 2.5 to 3 hours to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference, traffic.
Yeah,
And those are 3 or 4 lanes.
right.
Yeah. It's just one lane out here or either 2 lanes.
So my next question is like, how is your mindset? Well, I put it like this: whenever you had your kids, and whenever you was a kid at the time, growing up in the era where it was the Black Panther Party, and how was your mindset whenever you had start having kids? And how did it change? Where did it flip? Where did the flip start? If that makes sense, what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I was growing up and you had the Black Panther organization, you had the Muslims, but you also had street gangs. You had the
Yeah.
Slauson, the gladiators, the businessmen were in LA at the time. And so it was just a little different, and people wasn't going around shooting at one another, you know. And then you had, oh, don't let me forget the Mexican gangs. You had the Florencia 13, Florence 13, but Florencia 13 and White Fence. That was the 2 Mexican gangs that were in LA when I was growing up.
Right.
And the Florence 13 were on the other side of Graham by Roosevelt Park, and the White Fence was over there in East LA where I was born.
Right.
So, but I was in East LA a lot. and I was on my side, a
Right.
lot, because I get along with everyone, so I
Yeah.
never had any problem. But now it's different, and now people kind of, because of things that happen so much, you have to really watch out,
Right.
you know, because it's just a lot of crazy stuff happening in the world. It's sad, you know, guys or men are having affairs with their own daughters or raping their daughters or going around beating up people and stuff and shooting people and what's it your husband is beating up his wife or
Uh
he's slapping his kids around, and which is not cool. No man should lay a hand on a woman, no matter what.
hmm
You know, you know, because some of these women might be Lorraine Bobbitt fans. So
who's that?
you don't remember Lorraine Bobbitt?
Come on now.
Lorraine. No, this happened what, about maybe 20 years ago? About
hmm
20, yeah, about 20 years ago. She got mad at her husband and cut his dingaling off. Drove
Yeah.
down the road and threw it out the car. so, so myself, I've never hit a woman. I don't believe in it. It's wrong. I think men who hit women are cowards.
hmm
But then too, if you hit a woman, some of these women will knock your ass out.
You ain't lying.
some and especially in the South, a lot of these women pack.
hmm
Yeah, a lot of women be carrying firearms, and so do guys. So that
Right.
made things change a lot too.
hmm
You're not gonna run up on anybody because you don't know if they packing. Because this is
hmm
the South, the Wild West.
Right.
Did I get a chance to answer your question?
I don't know.
The
I
difference
mean,
today, the difference today is everything is quick and fast now. Everything is like this. It was a time where news got out and it took a while to get to certain people. And then when it finally got to them, it was old news. But
hmm
now everything you get now is fresh news. It's like bam. Soon as something happened, it's
oh,
on the news.
I think the question was like, what was your mindset whenever the time when you was living at, and whenever you had your kids and all, like, where did it switch for you? I think that was the question. Yeah, I think that was the question
It,
I
it,
asked
it was. Well, my mindset was just trying to survive with my kids. And at the time I'm growing up, I was interested in baseball and I was also interested in music.
you. Right.
So, and then at the same time, I was a pretty good tennis player because I played in college for 4 years.
Uh-huh.
So, I got pretty good at that also. And at the same time, I had my kids and, they're coming up. So, you had to be protected of them and you had to be, look out for what's going on. See, because everything now is quick, but like I said, but then everything, it wasn't like if you played your music loud, your neighbor wouldn't call the police and say you're disturbing them. Music's too loud. They didn't do
hmm
it then. They'll come out and party with you. And another thing too, when you were growing up, the your neighbors would actually watch your kids. You know, so like your kids out playing, the neighbors will keep an eye on them. Or if your kids are out playing, if you outside, you watching other people's kids. The neighborhoods were more friendlier. You actually would go and talk to your neighbor and have dinner with your neighbor or something. But
Right.
now, no one knows their neighbor. Do you know your neighbor?
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, I know. Couple of them. I put it like that. Like
Two
most of,
neighbors.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a couple. You know, two neighbors.
Two
But,
neighbors.
but see, when I was growing up, we knew all the neighbors, all the way
Mm-hmm.
down, and I lived on a long street,
Mm-hmm.
and we knew all the neighbors. You know, we knew Aunt Todd and Miss Cooper and the Browns and the McCoys and J- uh,
The
the
Johnsons.
Greens down the street, and
Uh,
so we can go down their yard and play. And another thing too, the neighborhood where I grew up at, it wasn't no wrought iron fences around people's homes. It wasn't no wrought iron fences on their windows.
right.
My old neighborhood, if I went back to my old neighborhood about 10 years ago, and it looked like a fortress because
Mm-hmm.
every house had wrought iron fence. I mean, you know, fence around their house, and their windows had wrought iron on it. And so, you know, and then when the riots broke out, the Watch riots, we messed up because we burned our own neighborhood. See, because we never got out of our neighborhood. It was different than the Rodney King riot. The Rodney King riot spilled over to Beverly Hills and Hollywood and all like that. But the Watch riot was really in the black area. And,
Right.
you know, like Slauson and Central and Broadway. I know you don't know these streets, but a lot of people that's going to be watching this are from Los Angeles, and they know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll tell you, you know, it was rough then. Especially when the National Guards came in there, you couldn't be on the street after 10 o'clock, or you would get detained. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you had a curfew. So, and then you burned down your own area. It was nice big department stores in our neighborhood, White Front, and that was one of the big stores in our neighborhood, White Front. It was
Right.
like Macy's. Yeah, it was like Macy's or Target's today, or like Target or Sam's Club today. And they burned it down. So then, when everything settled, we had to go in the white neighborhoods to shop. The closest
Mm-hmm.
white neighborhood to us was Huntington Park. And I remember in 1962, 63, I rode my bike into Huntington Park, and Alameda was the railroad tracks, and Alameda was the dividing line. So I
Mm-hmm.
rode my bike into Huntington Park. I wanted to go to the theaters because we had black theaters in our neighborhood. The AAA and the Manchester. The
Right.
Manchester sit on Manchester, and the AAA stay was right on Broadway off of Manchester. And so you go there on the weekends, and you know you're not going to hear the movie because everybody's throwing stuff, popcorn, everything going on. You know, you just sitting up there trying to see the movie, and then someone hit you with some popcorn, and you start throwing popcorn. So I tried to go over there once in the white area, and I was riding the bike down the street, and a white lady said to me, she said, "You tried to run me over," but I didn't try to run her over. I went around her.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing I knew, a police car pulled up, put me in the car, put my bike in the trunk, took me across Alameda, threw my bike out, put me out, and said, "Don't never come back over here again." This was in 1962. "Don't never come back over here again." Guess what? 25 years later, I moved to Huntington Park. I lived in Huntington Park. So, yeah, it's just everything is different now, you know, because there's no communication amongst us. You know, we should communicate more. Elders like me, I'm an elder. That's the reason why I try to reach out to the young ones like you, and talk to you and tell you, see, what you're going through now is what I've been through before. It's just different scenarios. Like I told a guy one day when I was working at Amazon, he said, come on, Mr. Overton is telling us some stories. And I said, yep, I got plenty of stories. Now, see, you guys only in your 20s or 30s. You guys don't have stories yet. You guys have
No,
fairy
I mean,
tales.
right. I ain't
you
got
know, yeah. And I learned that from my dad because one day my dad started laughing. I was about 14 then. My dad just started laughing, just laughing and laughing. Why is he laughing? I said, Dad, what you laughing about? He said, oh, I thought about something that happened 40 years ago or 50 years ago. I couldn't relate to that. But now I said, and I started laughing because I think about things that happened 40 or 50 years ago.
right.
So, yeah, always think about good things. But I tell you one thing, you have to be positive. It's a lot of negativity in the world, but if you stay positive, good things are going to happen. And another thing, never hold a grudge against someone, no matter what. Never hold a grudge. Because like my mother said, if you hold a grudge, it frustrates. It frustrates in your stomach, and then you start getting all tense, and then you like this, and like that. But that's not good. Let it go. Let it go. Don't try to hold things in because a lot of things are going to happen to you in life that you're not expecting.
Right.
But you deal with it and you continue on, keep going forward. See, I finally found a straight path. God has put me on a straight path, and I want to read something that what really got me going like 20 years ago.
Hey,
It was something, huh?
let's I say read that at the last. Let's
Yeah,
get
yeah, I will.
all
Go
right.
ahead. I'm listening.
All right. Because I know, like I said before in the intro, you got a bunch of stories. You
Oh
got a
yeah, I
lot.
got some stories.
You got some stories. You got some
I got
stories.
some. I got some stories. I got some PG versions of stories. I got some X-rated version of story, and I
All
got some
right.
triple X-rated stories
Nah,
too.
nah, we ain't trying to do that.
But we're not going into that. But I,
Right.
I can tell you, I had, and when I did graduate from high school in '69, my cousin, he had graduated in '68, and he wanted to hitchhike across the United States. And I said, nah, no way. No, 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 no. And he finally, because I was getting close to graduating and I didn't know what I want to do with my life. I didn't know if I wanted to go to college, pursue baseball. I'm shooting at all kind of angles. And I was getting a lot of offers for colleges to play baseball, but they wanted me also for football. But that wasn't that wasn't my thing, football. I was a fanatic for baseball. And they told my parents that. So I was kind of like, you don't know what to do. And you understand that because you graduate out of high school. Which way do I turn, left or right? And my cousin said, let's hitchhike across the United States. And I said, nah. But we ended up hitchhiking across the United States. 1969. Now we get to New Mexico, and I said, nah, I want to go back. I want to go back. No, no, no. Because I'm thinking 1969, we hitchhiking. We got to go through the South.
Right.
It's nighttime. Do you want to go through the South in the 60s at night? Two black guys? Nah, I don't think so. He talked me into it to stay hanging there with him. I said, okay. We were blessed. We caught a ride in the back of a pickup truck to Illinois. See, then you can sit in the back of a pickup truck. It wasn't against the law.
Right.
And we rode to Illinois in the back of a pickup truck. And since he had already hitchhiked before, he knew all these little places to go. You know, hippie centers, sitting around the fire, playing the guitar, really singing Kumbaya, Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya. So they were really singing all that stuff. And they were talking about a concert that was happening in New York. Mm-hmm. So my cousin said, hey, let's go to that concert. I said, okay. We hitchhiking anyway. So we ended up in White Lakes, New York. And the concert was Woodstock. That's where we ended up at. And we seen people like Jerry Garcia, Janis Joplin, Linda Ronstadt, Santana, and of course the show ended with Jimi Hendrix. So you couldn't beat that. But Jimi Hendrix was on the last night. But you had so many artists, and it was so much going on at the time. And it was so funny because Woodstock was like, it was in a field, like it was like a cow pasture, and it smelled bad. It really did. But everybody was partying, so you had your weed heads here, you had your alcoholics here, and you had your pills. Your not your pills, but your acid heads. Purple Haze and Orange Sunshine. Right. And what I think did I freeze up or you?
Huh?
You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Because my screen froze up and so have yours.
I have no idea. I'm still here though.
Oh, okay. So anyway, what happened is that you dancing and everything, listen to the music, you got your mouth open and someone walk by and throw a tab on your tongue. Uh-oh, you're going to another psychedelic trip. So yeah, that was the time. And then too, the times were like now the diseases are just crazy. Mm-hmm. Then it was just the crabs and venereal disease. But now they got all kind of weird diseases going on. And you got to just watch yourself. Right. And I don't know why my screen froze up.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and ask. Huh?
I hope it doesn't affect the video.
Nah, I can still see you moving on my end.
Oh, yeah? Yeah? Okay, well, cool. As long as I'm still moving. I don't know why mine froze up like it did.
I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway.
You can hear me, though, can you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, you coming in 10-100, good buddy, 10-100.
All right. Well, I say let's go and get into the segment. We're coming up now to 45 minutes into the podcast right now. And,
wow.
Yeah.
I can't
part two.
Hey, well, see, I'm an Overton, and it's the funny thing about us Overtons, we are conversationalists.
I got you.
And when two Overtons are talking to one another, we wait till the other one takes a breath, and then you jump in. And we got a lot of long-winded Overtons.
Like I said, this segment is called "Think Before You Speak." I know before we got on the podcast, started the podcast, I explained to you, but for the new listeners and viewers that's listening today, and we're gonna tell them what "Think Before You Speak" is. So basically, what "Think Before You Speak" is, it's a segment that with the game. This game is basically about like I give you a question like what's your uh favorite movie, favorite season, something like that, and you tell me why. And then once you tell me why, well, you give me your answer, then you tell me why, and then I might throw you a riddle here and there. That's what basically is about. Think before you speak. So
Okay.
you ready? You like playing games, right?
Oh, I love playing games, but I never think before I speak. That's my problem.
Well, this
I
one you're
just
gonna have to
speak.
think.
I
Well, this
just
one,
speak. Whatever comes out, so be
this one you're
it.
gonna have to think. You're gonna have to think with this one. So
All right,
the
I'm
first,
ready.
all right, the first one I got for you: favorite black leader.
My favorite black leader. Uh,
See,
I would say Malcolm X.
Malcolm X. Why?
Yeah, I would say Malcolm X because I had a chance to see him and listen to him speak
Right.
in person, you
Okay.
know. And then of course we have Muhammad Ali. I had a chance to see Ali also
Uh.
and hear him speak. I mean, I had a chance to see him when he came to LA.
Okay.
So yeah. So I
All
say
right.
them.
Okay. Favorite genre of music.
My favorite genre of music.
Yeah, genre of music.
Uh, let's see. Anything that has the OJ's and the Isley brothers.
What is that?
So
R and
what's
B.
that? Rhythm and blues.
I think that's soul. Soul. Probably soul. I think it's soul
Soul.
music. Yeah,
Okay.
probably. I think so.
It's soul music, but rhythm and blues.
I mean, I did listen to a couple songs of that. I just don't know what genre they in. I think soul though.
Yeah, when the Isley brothers around 60s and the 70s and
Uh-huh.
80s, when they still around. Then the
Right.
OJ's, they still around, been around for 50 years.
Right.
So in fact, they had a concert out here in South Carolina.
See,
But
that's amazing.
other than that, that's my two favorite groups right there, no
Okay.
doubt about it. And I've
Okay.
seen them several times.
Hmm.
Okay.
So, favorite movie.
Oh, it's no question about that. I'm your Huckleberry,
What is that?
Tombstone, baby, Tombstone,
What is that?
because I like movies with action, and the
Uh-huh.
reason why I like Tombstone, to me, Tombstone is the best movie,
Right.
and the reason why because of uh of the shooting and the
Hmm.
horseback riding and the story itself,
Right.
about Wyatt Earp and Doc
Right.
Holliday. You know, two people from opposite spectrums come together as friends. So yeah,
That's
I
good.
think that's pretty cool. Of course, it's a lot of movies out there,
It
and I
is.
and I watched a lot, but when it comes to one of my favorite movies, it have to be Tombstone, and that's the reason why. Especially that line, "You're Daisy if you do."
All
Cause
right. So
we
now, what you
go
say?
ahead.
No, go ahead.
Cause I mean, it's so many catchphrases, and then too, you got Outlaw Josie Wells,
Uh-huh.
but with Clint Eastwood. But Tombstone is my go-to movie.
Hmm. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's get into the riddles now. So the first riddle I got now. I say every time I give out a riddle and people get confused what answer it should be and everything, and people get confused like, is it supposed to be this? Is it supposed to be that? Looking up in the sky trying to look for it.
So
So I'm
so
a
they
huh.
they asking you for the answer. You give the riddle, and then they say, Well, do you think it? So they trying to get an answer out of you.
Sometimes
That's not a riddle. That's a question. So give me that riddle. I'm ready.
You ready for it?
I'm ready. And if I
All
look
right.
up to the right like this, I'm trying to think.
All right. So the first one is, what is always in front of you but can't be seen?
Air.
Two more tries. I give you two more tries.
It was always in front of me and can't be seen.
Yep.
Air.
No, that's not the answer.
You said it's a riddle.
It
Oh,
is a riddle, but
you don't want my answer. You want me to have your answer. Oh, okay. Well, it's always in front of you. Well, it's your nose. I can't see my nose. Well, maybe I can see my nose.
you can see your nose.
Yeah, because it's big enough. I can see my nose.
that was
But
the answer.
no, I say air because it's always in front, and I can't see air unless you're in L.A. If you're in L.A., you can see your air in L.A. that's how polluted it is. So you can see the air, and I don't trust any air I can't see.
Right.
You still want me to answer
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
What's in front of me and you can't see? Footsteps.
What? No. Give me one more. One more.
Okay. They're gonna get a kick out of this riddle. I'm starting to feel like you the Joker. Riddle me this.
So what's your answer? Give me.
My answer is what's in front of me that I cannot see. Correct?
What is always in front of you but you can't see, can't be seen?
Oh, it can't be seen?
Yes, you didn't hear me say that.
Air. You can't see air, and it's always in front. Unless you turn your head to the side.
No, that's not the answer.
That's not your answer. My answer is that's what's in front of me is air and can't be seen.
You ready for the answer?
Yeah.
The future.
Oh, that's pretty good. Now I like that. The future. I'd like that. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. But I'm still going with air.
You ready for the next one?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right. What can you keep after giving to someone?
What can you keep after giving
to someone?
Giving it to someone. What can you keep giving it to someone?
After giving to someone.
After giving it to someone, what can you keep?
No, what can you keep after giving to someone?
What can you keep
after giving to someone?
What can you keep after giving to someone? Love.
Two more. I'll give you two more.
All right. What can you keep giving it? Now I'm starting to do like them, look up in the sky.
Yeah, look it up. Look at it. Looking for
I'm
an
looking
answer.
up. I'm looking up there. I'm trying to pull an answer down from somewhere.
It ain't up there.
What can you keep when you give it to someone? I know it's a good answer.
It is.
But my answer is feelings. You can give someone your feelings. Nah. You can give someone your love. Nah. You can.
Hold on. Was that an answer? Feelings?
Feelings, yeah.
I'll give you one more.
One more. What can you give to someone?
What can you keep after
what can you keep
after giving to someone?
After giving it to someone. Horseshoes.
What? No.
Horseshoes. You can give them a horseshoe for luck.
I'm gonna read it back. I'm gonna read it back and give you the answer. What can you what can you keep after giving to someone? Your word.
Oh, now
Yeah,
that's a good one too.
that was clever. That was clever. I
That
like that
that
one.
that was a good one. I didn't think about that. Your word. I was
Yeah.
thinking love. I'm a romantic. I think that's what it is.
So you ready for one more? This last
Of
one.
course. Keep
This the
shooting them out. Shooting them out. I
this the
might get
last
one
one.
right after about 7 days.
So it is what has 13 hearts but no other organs? That's an organ? I think
What
yeah.
have thir- what have 13 hearts?
13 hearts.
What has 13 hearts? And you what?
But no other organs. Yeah, that's it. Organs. Yeah, organs.
Organs. What has 13 hearts
But no other
and
organs.
organs to be your body, and heart is your heart in your body. And so I'm going to say,
Hold on. Because it's not a body part. I tell you that now. It's what has 13 hearts, but no other organs.
it has 13 hearts and no other organs. Hmm.
It's a
Now
good
that's a
one.
tough one. But I know you got a good answer for that one.
I do.
And
You
then
got
when you
three
give me the
tries.
answer, I'm gonna say, 13 hearts and no organs. Uh, uh,
If you need a hint, just let me know.
I need a hint. I need a vowel.
You want a vowel?
No,
Oh,
I,
say,
I thought it was like a Wheel of Fortune or something. Uh, let's see.
you
Yeah,
need
I
a
need
hint.
a hint.
You need a
I need
hint.
a hint.
Uh, what's a good hint? I put it like this. I'm trying to give you a hint, so I'm gonna throw it off or throw it like give away the answer.
I'm
Uh,
already off, and I don't think you can hurt by giving me the answer.
okay. All right. You can
But have
play.
13 hearts.
You heard me?
No, what'd you say?
You can play it. It's a game.
Oh, you can play it.
You can
Has
play it.
13 hearts. It's a game, like a
It's a
board
game.
game or something.
I want. It's a. I don't want to give it away. It's a
Well, I
game. That's
mean,
all I can give you.
I don't play games. I mean, when you said a heart but has
It's a.
organs,
It's
I
a
say
card
a
game.
heart.
It's a
A
card game.
board game.
A
I don't
card.
play any board games. Monopoly.
I said card.
Oh, card game.
Yeah, a
Oh, okay.
card.
You talking about spades?
Uh-uh. Well, I give you that. I give it's the answer is a deck of cards, but I give you that. I give it to you.
Oh, okay.
I give
A
it to
deck
you.
of cards.
A
They
deck of
got
cards.
13 hearts. Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's
52
actually
cards
pretty
in
good.
the deck, not counting the jokers. Yeah.
13 hearts and no organs. That's I like that one.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that.
yeah. So
Where'd you get that from? The Joker? Riddle me this?
I just look up riddles.
Oh, okay.
So we coming up close to the end now, and we made it in an hour. So have it up for that. You know, at
Yeah.
17, we made it in an hour.
Made it a
So you
whole
can
hour.
understand that. So
No.
um
Hey, this what they did in San Francisco. When I went up to San Francisco to be up there with the hippies,
uh
you go to Haight Ashbury up there, and you that's where they clap. They would snap at those little joints.
huh. So at the end, I asked everybody this question, and um the question I
You
always
ask everybody or what?
I ask everybody this question. So
Okay.
with this question, I ask if you could go back any age. I always give the age 15. Age 15. If you can go back at the age 15, what advice would you give yourself, your 15-year-old self?
Keep your front shoulder in when you swing at a pitch.
What?
Keep
Oh, you
keep your front shoulder in when you swing at a pitch.
oh, you talking about baseball?
Yeah, well, I mean that's what I played then at that age.
Is that all?
Baseball and track, I ran pretty
Is
good.
that all? Is that all?
Yeah, keep your front shoulder in to make that hit. Because if you pull your shoulder out, you're not going to hit anything because your head. If you pull your shoulder out, your head goes with it. Your head's not going to be right down here. You
Right.
pull your shoulder out.
So, okay, all right. So the
You,
other
you
question,
understand that?
yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Baseball
So
players understand.
the other
That's called
question,
swinging for memory.
the other
It is.
question,
It's called swinging for memory because
right,
when you start your swing and you see the ball right here, but
right,
you're pulling your head out, the ball's going to move. It go
right.
either way. You don't know it. So swinging for memory. You remember the ball was here, but now when you swing and you look back, it's in the catcher's glove and he's throwing it back. Oops.
So the other question is, what can we expect later on down the line, like in the future, you know, from you?
Well, I'm still trying to get to be a voice actor so I can always talk to boys and girls. Hey, kids.
So, hey, Mr. Ranger, y'all looking to see you. So that's what I'm looking for in the future.
Being a voice
Doing
actor?
some more, doing some voice overs.
Uh huh.
So yeah, I like doing that. Doing
Okay.
different voices.
All right. All
Hi, my
right.
name is Chucky. Want to play?
So
All
hey,
right.
I'll
All
tell you a
right.
story about that. The one was the first Chucky that was coming out the movie,
Uh huh.
and I was in Ontario, California, and these two girls. Well, it was three girls, but it was two of them had to be about 13 or 14, and they were trying to get their little sister to go see Chucky. And they
Right.
were, and I'm walking up, and I can, hear them say, you know, come on, come on. But Mama said I'm supposed to see. And I'm like, well, we're not going to tell her. Come on, come on. And so I'm walking by. I said,
Hi, my name is Chucky. Want to play?
and the two older girls took off running and left their little sister right there. So I
Cool.
looked at her and said, they're not going to see Chucky neither.
So where can people find you at? And where do you want people to find you at? Like social media wise.
uh, Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, under my name, Erwin Overton with the Denzel smile.
So the Denzel smile.
And I'm wearing my Dodger cap.
Right. So go ahead. Give us what's that thing you was gonna read to us?
It's called the angel number 300.
Mm-hmm.
The angel number 300, the meaning. The angel number 300 is a very powerful number that represents God's force in your life. The angel number 00 is a sign that in everything you do, you will receive a double portion. The angel number are saying that when you trust in God, nothing in your life can ever go wrong. And it's so true because when I started my journey from California and my belief in God and the Spirit, everything has been coming to me like that. So I say I'm blessed, and I've always followed that creed right there.
That's good. That's good. I really do like that though. You're gonna have to send that to me. I want to
Sure.
read it. I gotta read it. I gotta read it. Well,
Yeah.
well, everybody, we came up to an hour and five. I appreciate you, Mr. Overton, for coming on to the podcast and telling us your story. And let me see the back again. I am Black History.
I
I
am
like
Black
that.
History.
I am Black History. Well, like I
Yeah.
said, we appreciate you coming and joining along and telling your story and all. We wish you many more blessings that come on the way,
Oh
especially with
yeah.
the voice, and all. But y'all know the saying: day by day to see a better day, smooth for life. We out.